Hi, welcome to BenCast, a show that reports on technological breakthroughs and that looks to the future with a sense of optimism. Science will enrich our lives and enable humanity to overcome the challenges that have traditionally held us back from reaching our potential as a species. Before we jump into today's report, I'd like to first touch on some philosophy. Over the last 20 years, the narrative has changed from the Back to the Future approach, which idealized a fantastical reality of flying skateboards and 3D holograms, to one of doom and gloom. Now, a depressed mass of pessimists tell us regularly on every form of media available how awful the human race is and how our dark future provides nothing good to look forward to. What awful rubbish. I categorically reject this viewpoint, and you should too. For starters, even if what they said was true, how can we fix the world if we're inundated with such negativity? How can people live happy lives if they're brainwashed to believe that the future is so bleak? Let me tell you, it's not bleak. It's rather cool. Damn cool, in fact. Each day, a new discovery is made which helps us inch closer to achieving our collective dream of a happy, clean, and efficient world. A world without horrible sickness or disease. A world where every person can have access to adequate food, education, housing, and quality medical care. Our future is so very, very bright, and this show will attempt to touch on just a few of the miraculous things that we humans have invented, which give us a glimpse into what is to come. So, now that I've gotten that gorilla off my chest, let's dive into today's report. Before we can make our way towards the stars and extend humanity's influence to the cosmos, we first need to ensure our own personal health. When we're healthy, nothing's really wrong. So, preventing and treating illness really comes down to two main factors: maintaining a healthy lifestyle and detecting problems as soon as possible so that we can treat them effectively. But what is the optimal method for detecting arising health issues? I think our best answer at the moment is monitoring and diagnostics. In a way, we're essentially a biological machine, and as soon as one of our meters goes orange or red, we want to know so that we can see a doctor to find a potential fix. One of the most basic checks that any doctor will do is to assess your vitals, i.e. blood pressure, pulse, temperature, and oxygen saturation. This is one of the first things they check in the emergency room when you visit a hospital. Now, all of these checks require pretty bulky equipment. The blood pressure cuff and the machine it's connected to are large and loud. The skin thermometer they use is about the size of a large banana. Meanwhile, the oximeter they use to initially check your pulse and O2 in triage are generally quite small, but altogether it's quite a lot of equipment. Similarly, maintaining all of these tools at home is annoying and a real pain. Remembering where everything is and making sure they all have the correct batteries is no small challenge, especially to older folks whose memories aren't so great anymore. Now, out of all the diagnostic tools I mentioned above, the one I despise the most is the blood pressure cuff. When it inflates, it always freaks me out. That stress immediately raises my blood pressure, so the reading can often be quite inaccurate. It takes a long time for the read to happen. It's really uncomfortable, and at the end, I simply feel stressed out and horrible. Now imagine if you could take all of these monitoring tools and combine them into one. You're probably imagining something quite large and cumbersome. I did too, but what if it was the size of a large button or coin? How incredible would that be? And that's exactly what Leman Micro Devices has gone and created. The cylindrical device looks to be about 2 to 2.5 inches in diameter and around 1.5 to 2 inches tall. And it reads your blood pressure, pulse, temperature, oxygen saturation, and respiration rate with a high level of medical accuracy. Best of all, there is no more blood pressure cuff. You just hold the device in the palm of your hand and press your fingers against it, and presto, it reads your blood pressure. The possibilities of what a device like this offers are truly wonderful. Imagine walking into a hospital waiting room, receiving a small device like this, sitting down and being regularly monitored without even having to wait for the triage nurse. A process which can take up to an hour sometimes. Trust me, personal experience talking here. If there's a worrying spike in your vitals, an EMT can rush out to treat you. For sick or elderly people recovering at home, they're able to very quickly and simply record all of their vitals, and their doctor can be updated with the information immediately. Small, light, and accurate diagnostic tools open the door to better health for all of us, and this incredible innovation is just one way that humanity as a whole is moving towards a better tomorrow.